have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death. Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows.
Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
No. You're an angel witch. Hello and welcome to the Dave Hill Good Time Hour with me, Dave Hill from before. Hi, how are you? How is everybody doing? How are you doing, boy criminal Chris Gersbeck? Did I enter the show seamlessly from the theme music?
You were perfect.
That was very good. Yeah.
I feel good about it.
A little bit of play out. It was nice.
How are you doing, New Jersey Chicken Rancher Dez?
I am present. I am on time. I'm doing great.
Yeah, you were late last week. Everyone was horribly worried that you were trapped under a bunch of old newspapers or
phone books, I think.
Phone books.
What we suspected.
Foul play in general. I was thinking during the theme music, which is, I don't know if you guys know this, it's a song called Angel Witch.
Who's that band?
Uh-oh. Oh, did Dave freeze?
Called Angel Witch.
There he is. There he goes.
I thought you seemed like you froze, Chris. Are you there?
I think you froze.
It was you.
It was all you.
Am I currently frozen?
No,
you're
you're
good.
I blame you for all technical difficulties.
Better him
because
than...
I fear technology.
I mean, you should, but in this case, that was all you, wasn't me.
Okay, fair.
Blame the line, man.
Fair enough. But what I was gonna say is, I had to think about it. I was like, am I sick of the song Angel Witch by the band Angel Witch from the album, which is called Angel Witch?
It's been running.
And no.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I like it as much as the 47th time I heard it.
It's been running consistently for years now.
Someone asked in the chat, that wasn't the Mad singing. So I guess they thought that was
if anybody,
our guests.
If anybody, can you turn the background music down a tiny bit?
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael Vizard. Nice comment. It was aimed at me, so I won't repeat it. I'll take it to heart. By the way, if anyone does want, us to read their comments directly and right out of the gate before all others, hit the, what's it called? The super chat?
Super chat. Yeah.
The super chat.
You can
show your support for this incredible program. Which is a slick program, as you can see.
No, your mic, as you were saying, slick program.
Now it's breaking. Why is it all breaking up?
I think your mic
is a real shit show.
Your mic is
my mic is bad.
Yeah,
but as
fuck this mic.
Out,
fuck this mic.
Yeah. Fuck that.
You're allowed to swear. Fuck the mic.
Fuck the world.
Wait, you're still doing it though.
What a nightmare! It's all a nightmare.
Here, maybe
we'll
leave
edit this part out.
Oh, now you're good. Now you're good.
Nicely done.
I'm just using the computer microphone like a person mic.
Mm-hmm.
Not someone who has a slick. Anyway, Angel Witch. I won't shut up about it. Right as I was telling you, right before we went on the air to the millions and millions of people watching live. Do you guys ever check your spam folders?
Yes.
Rarely.
I was just in there recently, actually.
What inspired you to check it?
Actually, I was looking for my COVID test results, which I never got back. I took both tests, the short and the longer term test, the one that takes a couple days to get back, and the rapid test was negative. I mean, I wasn't worried about it. And then, so I was checking my spam, thinking that maybe the results were sent there. And it was interesting. I'm interested to see what you,
real quick, Jeannie Murray just did a super chat for $2, and there's a cool little animated sticker that says cool next to.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Hey, where's the phone number? How come we don't have the phone number up so we can just get all those phone calls?
Because I came right from another meeting and forgot. But
fuck you.
That sounds personal.
Oh, this is hell. No, the reason I bring it up is I checked my spam folder for the first time in forever.
Mm-hmm.
a little bit ago, and this is how they get you. I saw the subject line was guitars.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I will read that. I like guitars. This is someone's trying to email me about guitars. And then I opened it, and it was like a thing like, you were on a pornographic website, and I hijacked your computer and your camera, and I videotaped you. You know what you were doing. And it goes on this elaborate route.
Oh, did we lose him again?
We did. They do get you in there. Mine
might be you.
It's like, don't respond to this email because like only the money will get you out of this. Otherwise I will release the tapes of that I made of you.
How long did they give you? Any timeline? Yeah, you didn't see 24 hours or anything like that?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. But the joke was on them because the only porn I look at is guitar porn. I just look at guitar websites.
Right.
That's all I'd look at that and Pet Finder. Those are the only the only two things I look at on that. I read the news in the morning. Late at night, I look at guitars, and I just look. I think of breeds. I'm like, what would a Chihuahua mixed with a Newfoundland look like? And I search dogs that are available that fit that description.
Do you have
mix it up?
You have like a white whale of a breed that you just can't find that you think would be a great mix? Or you just...
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I'll tell you, that's how I found my sweet Lucy was doing what I was like, I wonder what, I bet a boxer and a pit bull would look really nice.
Right.
And that's how I found my dog.
There you go.
And then I saw there.
Matt Arnold just super chatted, guitar porn or porn? But I think you already answered that.
Yeah.
Guitar. It's only guitar porn. I'm not a porn, I'm not saying I'm no prude, I like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
We're all adults here.
But I'm not into porn. It's not my thing.
Get to a point. You move on.
It's just, I don't know. I like looking at dogs in a non-sexual capacity.
The internet can be a nice place if you choose it that way.
Jessica Kybell says, I, for one, think you guys talk more porn than you watch.
I think that's accurate.
I think that's accurate because we've just discussed porn.
She talking about us specifically or like you guys in general as a...
Oh, like as representative of males?
Right.
Maybe I guess she'll have to do another super chat to clarify.
Want to take a couple
calls?
Yeah,
let's take some calls. The number is 201-584-7071.
Have we mentioned who our guests are tonight?
Oh, yeah.
We have not. That's it. This is, as if I haven't exhibited enough lack of professionalism. We should say to the guests. They are TV's Frank and Trace Beaulieu. Frank Conniff, of course, and Trace Beaulieu. The Mads. Joining us again, making their triumphant... Most people don't agree to come back on the show after they've been on the show one time.
Yeah.
I think because of their relationship with Chris, it's some sort of extortion or something. That
I think they just felt kind of obligated. Maybe. Yeah.
They couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Because no one ever agrees to come back, do they?
A couple have.
A couple.
I slipped it into the contract. It's like very fine print, and I had my lawyer word it just enough that it's like you kind of understand, but it's also confusing. Do you know what I mean?
This is fair. Yeah. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
So, people get lost in the semantics of it all.
Yeah.
The legalese. Jessica Kybell clears up. She did not super chat that. Let me be clear. So I'm under no obligation. All people. Wait, it says all people fuck F you. What does that mean?
I
don't know.
Jeannie says chat because clear as we've already learned in the first few minutes of the show, I need a new microphone or at least a new microphone cord, which is the most expensive part.
Usually.
Jeannie Murray says, is there going to be another online film event? Disco Dancer was both educational and entertaining.
Very true.
We've been talking about it. I gotta say though, as I think I've discussed, I've moved on from Indian films and now I only watch Finnish films.
That's okay. Doesn't have to.
We could do a Finnish. I don't know if it has quite the same razzmatazz.
Probably not.
Of a disco. We could just watch. We should probably just watch Disco Dancer again.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Chris?
I'm down because I found myself actually craving that movie a few days ago. I was like, it's been a while. It's been months.
Craving it? Like you crave a thumbs up soda?
Yes.
A thumbs up cola? The Coca-Cola of India?
Dan Wally asked if this wasn't a super chat, but I feel like we need to address it. Is the Disco Dancer event going to be released on Maximum Fun? It actually already was. So if you're a Maximum Fun member, just log into your account at MaximumFun.org and the whole video and audio from our watch party are there.
Yes, you can do it, which is, all the more reason. Chris has just left the show. He's turned off the kitchen light. It's in there. If you're not supporting us on Maximum Fun, please do MaximumFun.org/join. Or you could do a super chat and support us now. Really, this is all for Chris's
yeah. I got up
habits I shan't go into.
I got up to turn the kitchen light off like 2 minutes ago, so I think you're watching the YouTube stream and not the.
Oh, I'm going back and forth because I'm trying to read the chat.
Let me get
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Let's get this caller on the
air. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, let's get a call.
You there, caller? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, it's you. Go ahead.
Hello? Me?
Yep.
It's you.
Hi.
Who's calling?
I got a couple items of business I'd like to discuss.
Bring it on.
Dangerous Snakes Who Hate Bullshit Austin chapter.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yes. However, I have not gotten a snake name.
Oh, you got to get it. What is your real name?
Taylor.
Caleb?
Yeah. Real name Taylor.
Oh, Taylor.
So, yes, I was thinking it might be something along the lines of I'm kind of a bandit of those, those neighborhood libraries. Take a book, leave a book.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that I've hit like I don't know how many times. I ride up on my scooter, I leave it running. I open the thing, like look side to side. I grab all the children's books. I fill up my scooter. Sometimes I take so many, I have to tuck them into my pants to ride home.
This guy sounds like a real.
This is Taylor, the Austin taker of books, never leaver of books. How's that?
I've left a few out of guilt.
Oh, you have left some. Well, this sort of ruins everything.
Dangerous people feel no guilt. I don't know.
I mean, I think as long as you're taking more books than you're leaving, that's dangerous in its own way. So I applaud it. So I would say
never or seldom leaver of books.
I do like that's better. Taylor, the Austin frequent taker of books, seldom leaver of books.
Nice.
That's got a nice ring to it, I have to say.
It'll look good in a patch.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to get a Dangerous Snakes Who Hate Bullshit tattoo. That's when I feel like my street gang will really
start getting recognized.
Have achieved something. Did we lose him?
No, he's there.
Can we get more Why do we have so much of a delay on the phone? Is that another slick detail of our show?
I'm hearing it pretty well, but it might get stretched on your side.
By the time it goes out here to this tiny Finnish fishing village we're in.
So the other thing is, my favorite part of the show is the crime blotter, and I'd be willing, whenever I get paid again, to donate the money that you need to get through that paywall.
This is not a bad idea. It's like something ridiculous. It's like $10 a month.
Wow.
To read let me pull it up. Maybe they've taken down the paywall. Because I'm a fan of the crime blotter as well. No one likes the crime blotter more than I do.
There are some Chrome extensions, I believe, that are supposed to get past all those kinds of things.
I call bullshit. This doesn't seem believable.
Or incognito, yeah.
Who's got the squeaky toy?
The crime blotter is the best.
Sorry, it's my chair. I'm getting a new chair.
Way back WFMU days, crime blotter was what got me in. That's what got me hooked.
Crime blotter was.
Oh, thank you. We got to bring it back. I like this idea. Yeah, it's saying, wait a minute. Okay, I may have gained access. Okay, I may have gained access.
Nice.
You may have gained access.
Breakthrough. Miriam Nash has I hope I said her last name right. She's got a super chat for $5. She's so used to watching Dave's Instagram videos, she forgot he doesn't always talk that way. You're highly stylized.
Well, the reason I have to talk so fast in the Instagram videos is because they only give you 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a lot to get in.
You gotta talk really fast. It wouldn't kill me to talk a little faster in real life, I have to say.
I think if you always talked like that, it would be a bit much.
It would be a bit much.
Like you called me and you're just like, "Oh, hey, it's Dave," and you just start.
I don't know. Wouldn't mind that once or twice.
Oh, let's hope this is not behind the paywall, because this. I think I found a. This is the danger, though, of okay, this is a pretty good one. Man closes bank vest. Do you have the crime blotter music? It looks like there's not a paywall.
Ooh.
All right, I'm
$5
gonna go ahead and hop off the phone if crime blotter's going down.
Yeah, good call, Taylor.
I'm gonna try. It's letting me in, and I have a really strong case locked and loaded here.
Looking for the music.
Oh, it's the theme from Chinatown. Come on.
I know we haven't done it in so long. I don't have it, ready to go.
Oh, Chris, I'm enraged.
Anybody see?
I can't believe this.
The Chinatown sequel. It's not so bad.
The Two Jakes.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but I've heard about it.
It's good. Check it out.
I believe Jack Nicholson directed it, right?
Yes. Much storied sequel. Took a long time to get to the screen. Good stuff.
Okay. Whether you have the music or not.
I got it.
Man closes bank vestibule to get some sleep. This is from the Richmond Heights police blotter. You still don't have the music, Chris?
You got it.
There it is.
The extended version.
Okay. This is a case of trespassing. Wilson Mills Road. Wilson Mills Road, Dave, isn't that just a couple miles from where you grew up? Yeah, it is. Thanks for asking. Wilson Mills Road, a man was found sleeping in the front vestibule of the U.S. Bank April 5th. He locked himself in and put up a sign that read, "Please use the ATM in the parking lot." The staff asked that he be banned from the property. And, on the face of it, I thought, well, this would be a case, a homeless guy sleeping, because we see that a lot in New York. But in this area, I don't think that was the case. I think this is a guy just playing by his own set of rules.
Just needed some shelter, probably. I mean, what were the weather conditions at the time of this arrest?
I just think this guy's a trailblazer. Like, because this is not an area where there would be a homeless person sleeping in a vestibule and putting up a sign that says, "Please use the ATM in the parking lot." I think it's a baller move, I have to say. Plus, like, homeless people wouldn't lock the vestibule.
Oh.
All right. Maybe. Let's see if I can pull up some other cases. I'm gonna say this is an open case.
You're I don't think it's your mic, because now that thing is doing it again. It's getting all crunchy and weird.
Yeah, because I can't. It's cutting in and out for me too. Should I leave the show and come back?
Yeah, why don't you leave?
Let me try leave. You guys, as of now, you're in control. I'll be back. I'll come back and join the show. I wasn't doing that good of a job anyway.
Yeah, it's okay for a reset. There we go.
Des, you said you were watching Chinatown recently, right?
Yes.
And this song popped up, and it was like...
Gave me Chinatown. It gave me...
Crime Blotter vibes.
Flashbacks, yeah.
So it's so weird when something like that happens, when you like become more associated with something... Entirely
different, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking to anticipate it. I mean, I knew it had been from the movie, but I wasn't even on that level.
Yeah.
Watching it, and then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, wait, we got to do this. So, here we are. Worked out.
Do you want to talk about your movie screen?
Yeah, I got a projector for Christmas, so we just started setting it up in the last couple of weeks. So we've got our full backyard screening schedule set up for the rest of the summer. Yeah. And it's going to be pretty sick. I hope you guys can make it out.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Nice.
Wait, now can you hear me and see me and such?
Yeah.
All the things.
All the things. And so in this time I've missed, you just announced to a global massive audience that you're screening movies in your backyard.
Yeah, me
open,
not charging admission. We're not hosting, the publicness.
Yeah, but you've basically opened your home up to perverts, deviants.
I mean,
basically, this message goes out all over the world.
Yeah, but it's.
I'm not saying our listeners, our viewers,
right? Yeah,
fit that description.
Unless somebody's geo-triangulating my location from where I am. West Jersey's pretty big. It's pretty expansive. A lot of chicken ranches out here, so I'm not too worried about it.
Would you say is Rahway part of Western New Jersey?
Oh, God, no, not even close.
It isn't?
No. I mean,
because I have a summer share in Rahway.
I would call Rahway like the gateway to West Jersey, perhaps, because you can catch Route 27 there, the old Lincoln Highway.
The gateway to West Jersey.
Yeah, or one of, at least.
Paradise of the mind.
Yeah.
I think you should charge admission, Des. Like, just invite people, and then they show up and you're like, all right, $10.
Or at least beer. You got to at least bring drinks. I'm not trying to give everybody a buzz too.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we're psyched though. Good movies. We're going to watch Jaws. We're going to get some Star Wars in there.
Yeah.
What else we got? Some Alfred Hitchcock. Starting off with some Orson Welles. We're getting classy. So those are our summer plans.
I think I may have a if this firewall's not going to shut me down, I have another crime that looks promising.
Okay, we got a couple more calls too lined up.
Yeah. Our guests are ready to go as well.
Oh my God, it's an embarrassment of riches. Maybe we'll come back to this crime blotter and bring our guests on so we don't keep them waiting.
Print them out so that way you have them while you're still in the firewall.
Okay, let's get our guests. They've as if they haven't suffered enough waiting to come on the show. Let them do the real suffering by actually being on the show.
Yeah.
I need to stop being so self-deprecating. I've had too many Nilla wafers again. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Frank Conniff and Trace Beaulieu. Thank you guys for joining us again.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us back.
You guys, usually no one agrees to come back, so we're beyond grateful.
We haven't left. We've been in that void waiting room for months,
just floating around. I feel like, Trace, you're in seeming like a new environment, sort of a bunker of sorts.
We like to call it a bunker. I don't know where I was. I think I was in a clean room. This is like all the crap that was in that room is in this room.
But it looks like you have a hat and some sort of, you look like you've gone a bit military since we've seen you on the show last.
It's just my color palette.
I like it. It's strong.
It's more Green Hornet really than military.
Oh, okay. That's
good.
That's less threatening.
Trace's militia was a failure. He had to break it up.
We weren't well organized. It's like we didn't know when to meet, and then you'd show up and didn't have a gun because you thought, oh, I just borrow one when I get there. It's just
when you get to the militia, sure. I mean, which I think is a reasonable assumption. If anyone's going to have extra guns lying around, who would it be? The militia.
Yeah, I was when I joined it. I won Hoarder of the Month one time. That was the best I did.
What is the name? Do you guys, your militia, have a name?
Again, success and failure. Good idea for next time.
I'm finding a lot of the flaws out of the gate.
Yeah, well, it wasn't thought out.
Was Chris Gersbeck a member of the militia?
He was in the process. Chris does a lot of militia podcasts. I don't know if you knew that. But he was in the process.
He's number one.
He was in the process of getting our militia podcast going.
I'm the most sought after militia podcast producer going right now.
You mean tonight, right now, or in general, right now?
In general.
Okay.
There has to be a guy who actually is the militia podcasting guy. Like, you got to call.
Sure.
Call Chris. He'll get you set up. He's got a fiber optic network.
Yeah, he has good Wi-Fi from underground. It works very well.
A friend of mine in high school got married to this guy who I always thought was kind of creepy, and then found out that he went like full on white supremacist, and he's in a militia now in New Mexico, and like his name's all over the news and shit.
Went all in.
He went all in. Proud Boys, everything.
Well, I don't want to brag. Okay, I will, but
please.
But one of the insurrectionists from January 6th lived in my building right here in New York.
Oh, cool.
It's a total brag.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, are you telling us / not telling us that there's insurrectionists in your building?
There was. He was I found out about it. I didn't see it. My neighbor Kathleen told me that a bunch of FBI people came and arrested him.
Oh.
There was an article about him in the New York Times. He was a Jewish pickup artist. I'm not making this up. He was a guy who I think he was Orthodox, but he gave guys tips on picking up girls. That was his whole thing. But he was also part of the Capitol insurrection, and also I used to do shows in L.A. with Jay Johnstone, who was from and people said that he was a part of it too. So I was really worried that I was the Zelig of the insurrection.
I mean, arguably we all are, because it seems like most of these guys were like at one point in normal society.
And Jay was when I knew him, great guy, really talented performer and a nice guy,
I don't know.
shocking.
Did they arrest him?
I don't.
There's been no update
Yeah,
whatsoever. It's
but
weird.
there was no denial from him about it either. And
I
few
think
people who knew him, someone told me Sam Cedar confirmed that it was him. But that was the most I've heard about it.
I think I also heard like his representation hasn't heard from him.
Oh,
so he's
really?
Like, he's like gone off the grid.
That's the opposite of how it usually works.
Right.
we don't hear from our representation. Completely flip the script. They haven't heard from him.
Well, I can't speak to Jay's situation, but the more fascinating one to me is the guy who lives in New York City. And then because I think you live in New York, the current, the pandemic aside, you have access to all this culture, museums, you're in the greatest city in the world. Why do you need to go out and become an insurrectionist? You have it all.
I think,
restaurants.
Good point.
But that's the beauty of New York. We're a melting pot of all kinds of people, and including, and don't forget, New York, we gave the world Donald Trump, so we can't say that we're.
That's true.
That no one crazy like that would come from New York. In fact, we had Trump, we had Giuliani, we produce a lot of crazies here in this town.
It's weird
Absolutely.
in the outer boroughs too.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
That's true. Yeah, I mean the biggest nut of them all came from New York.
And of course,
I just think I wouldn't want to give up because you think if you're going to go insurrectionist or in some, one of these organizations, you think I'm probably going to have to give up living in the greatest city in the world eventually and go live in a, in whatever kind of bunker, not the same bunker, but a similar bunker to whatever bunker Trace is in right now.
But you know what?
The bunker.
It looks like a cozy bunker. I'll give you that.
When you're running out of canned food, who are you going to go to? Huh? Yeah, I'm going to be the guy in the Book of Eli, the Tom Waits character. I'll be selling you batteries for your my Walkman worker. And we have chickens. I think we discussed this once before, but we do raise chickens for eggs.
He's set.
Well, we're going to need a compare and contrast chicken update. But this, to my point, I was talking to someone about chickens the other day, and I said, without even trying, I can name 5 people who raise chickens, just looking through my phone. And Trace, you're not on my phone, interest of full disclosure to anyone watching. Yet. I feel like we could get there. But you would be at least the 6th person I know, unless Frank also raises chickens.
I do not. I am a supporter of the Purdue company, and I buy their stuff, and I eat chicken frequently because since I haven't gone vegetarian yet, I don't know if I ever will, but since my heart surgery, I avoid red meat and stuff like that. And chicken is, from what I understand, is lower in cholesterol. So I eat a lot of chicken actually, but none of Trace's chicken. Trace also, I know
no, we
for
don't
a
eat
fact. I know that Trace does eat chicken, but he doesn't eat his chickens.
No. We have a little ceremony and dig a grave for the chicken that was a pet for years. But and then we'll say a prayer over the scraped plate into the waste bin. And, we've had chickens live for 10 years.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Just dug a hole for a 9-year-old chicken.
Poor thing.
And they get attached. They're not stupid. People think chickens are stupid. They're not stupid.
They know what to do.
Yeah.
They kind of got it figured out.
Yeah. They know how to be chickens.
How long was she a layer?
This is real. We've gone inside baseball. We have lingo. I'm assuming that's lingo. I feel like I know what you mean, but a layer.
Yeah, they'll still straggle on to the very end, but the 3 to 4 early years are the most productive.
Where they're really putting out. Yeah. I'm only in year 1 here.
They were
Oh,
built
so
that
you,
way.
I think you raise chickens too, right? I think I overheard a conversation before we came on.
Yeah. Yeah, we got chickens out here. We got we have 8. So
are you out in the country?
What's that? So I mean, I'm an hour outside of the city. It's not too deep in the country, but it's
Western New Jersey. Have you ever been to Rahway, Trace?
It sounds familiar.
Rahway is the gateway to Western New Jersey.
Yeah.
Which is where.
Yeah.
I've probably went through from. If I'm in Pennsylvania, I drive through there to get to.
Yeah, actually, I'm closer to. I'm only half hour from the Delaware River, the Pennsylvania
border. So you guys are all East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm currently for just a few more days, and then I'm returning to New York Friday. But I'm in Ohio right now.
Ohio.
And you're in Minnesota, correct?
Minnesota, yeah. That's the crime capital of the world now. Only it's the other.
It really is.
Just nothing to say. Nothing to say. You gave us Trump. We have to get on the board somehow. So we had Michelle Bachmann. That was pretty good.
That was good.
Oh, I forgot about Michelle Bachmann.
Yeah,
that was.
And then you guys have Trump. You won.
You guys have a lot of good youth hockey programs to focus on the.
Yes.
You have do you ever get out to Edina? Am I saying that right?
Yes, I've been.
Yeah.
We when I lived there, many. Edina was very near where we made Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
2000.
Yes. Eden Prairie.
Oh wow.
Was where we did it. Edina was right next door.
And
Edina,
when I was doing stand-up comedy in Minneapolis, Edina was the yuppie punchline.
It was the go-to.
You would reference Edina if you were doing crowd rap or whatever, and you wanted to make fun of the people being upper crusters. Ooh, I'm from Edina. Well, excuse me,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. It's back then, at least, it was considered kind of the fancy place to live in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
I think it still is pretty much expensive, not quite outer ring, urban, suburban, or whatever they call it. A lot of country club kind of stuff.
I do a summer share out there in Edina.
Oh, you do?
I do a summer share out there every fall.
Like a booth of what? A summer share?
It's just it's just a shack, really.
Just go out and hang out in Edina when the weather's nice. Is that it?
Yeah, just take it in.
Yeah.
I got Elvira from Minnesota on the phone. You want to talk to him? Since it's.
Oh wow! Well, you have a Minnesota call. The call is coming from inside the state.
Hello, how are you, fine folks?
How are you?
Hello.
It's tense here in Minnesota. It's kind of weird seeing National Guard tanks blocking up and slowing up the traffic. So it felt like driving in pre-pandemic levels again. So.
Yeah, it's crazy there now.
But
are you in the city? Are you in Minneapolis?
I also have chicken raising history, and here's some ancient history on chickens, on how we first domesticated them. And it's linked to the 50 cycle blooms of bamboo. What would happen is every 50 years, these bamboo trees would grow to their maximum height, and then they would shed just billions of seeds all over. And the red jungle fowl would come out and just gorge itself on these seeds for a while. And then the early man kind of looked at it and goes, wait, if we feed these chickens, they just get fat. So they grabbed them and then just fed them and got them fat real quick. And that's how we got the domesticated chicken.
That's a good plan.
I call bullshit on all that.
Well, that's why I got a time machine, and we're going to go back and we're going to get some red jungle fowl.
Oh no!
All right. Well, thank you, Elvira.
I do want to say, Frank and Trace, I want to say thank you so much for all that you've done to make our lives better.
Yes.
MST3K was the show that I grew up with. Me and my first girlfriend would play it on the background, and the things that happened in the background of you guys talking changed me and made me the person I am to this day.
Oh,
so
awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for saying
thank
that. I
you.
appreciate
What show
appreciate
did you watch with your second girlfriend?
Yeah. Did you notice how he said, yeah, he puts it out there right away that he's had more than one girlfriend, like just bragging out of the gate.
I would lead with that.
Sure.
I get it.
Does it bother you, Frank and Trace, if I'm understanding Elvira correctly, that he's having, I guess, sexual activity with you guys on the television? Am I getting? Did I?
You know what? Someone should have sexual activity while I'm in the room. It would be no. If he did that while we were on the air, I say more power to him.
Just remember that when you're not watching us, we're looking at you like your cat does.
Ooh.
And I don't know if I can. I know that watching people have sex is a fetish. I don't know if being watched by people having sex can be turned into a fetish. But I guess that's what happened.
Yeah. A new fetish.
Like you can only have sex while someone else is having sex, but also watching you.
Yeah, I guess that describes an orgy. Maybe I don't know.
I think but it's very specific. Like you have to make eye contact. I think that's the fetish.
Oh well, we can't do that in Minnesota. Then
doesn't count.
What if the fetish is that you just want to know you're being watched? Like you could just be reading a book with the understanding that out the window into the next house, those people are having sex.
But you're
watching you read.
I think everyone in New York has that happen because we're all so
that's basically New York.
Together, yeah. People are watching me from across the courtyard right now.
Masturbating, or God knows what they're doing. We can't. We can only speculate.
Well, if they're masturbating furiously, then we're over the quota with me living in this neighborhood.
Oh boy. Well, thank you, Elvira. You've raised the bar.
Yes, thank you.
Did we lose him?
Oh yeah, no, I let him go.
Oh, you let him go. Yeah. Released him into the wild.
Well, it was good. Don't give him another chance to screw with Pooch.
We need to mention that you guys are doing a live Mads event. We haven't mentioned that yet. We've been chatting all this time. We've got to get the plugs in.
We're tomorrow night at 8 p.m. With Chris producing, doing his usual fine job of producing our show. Tomorrow night we're doing an evening of short films, which are really fun to do. Our fans love them, and we love riffing them. And then we also have as our special Q&A guest Kevin Murphy from Mystery Science Theater and from Riff Tracks, and he's an old friend of ours, and he's going to be on. And you can go to eventbrite.com and get the tickets. Type in the Mads. Chris, is there anything else I should say to promote it?
If you go to, I'll put the link in the chat, but a night of shorts3.eventbrite.com will bring you right there.
Yeah, and that's tomorrow.
And if you get a ticket, you'll also be able to download the show. So if you can't watch it live, you could still
there it is.
You could still catch it.
I like that. That's cool. You put that together, right, Chris?
I did, yeah.
Graphic-y thing. There's a Sonny Bono pot short that must be seen. You'll remember seeing it when you were in school.
Wait, Sonny Bono is on pot?
No, well, yes. It's an anti-pot film, but in answer to your question, yes, he is on pot.
And not trying to hide it at all.
And as he's narrating it, it's the epitome of community service, is what it looks like, of him doing this film.
It's
Wow.
great. It 1970?
Yeah, right. Because I saw it when I was in high school in
Yeah.
the early '70s. So that's when it would be have been made.
He was at the peak of his powers.
He
That's
was.
pure Bono.
Or it might have been in the between period because Sonny and Bono, Sonny and Cher, were very big in the '60s. They had some hits, and then their careers kind of cooled off. And what brought them back was their variety show, which I forget exactly what year that started, but that was kind of a big comeback for them, and that put them back up on top.
I thought that's what they were known for. I didn't know.
No, that's what I always thought.
No, before the variety show, they had "I Got You, Babe" and "Bang Bang, She Shot Me Down," and they had a few hits before their variety. And their variety show was just like a summer replacement that the network didn't really think was going to be any big deal, and then it got really good ratings, and then they had their own show from that. But they were successful before then. I'm very.
I guess they would have to be because they just don't go handing out variety shows. That's the illusion when we're children.
Yeah.
They lived lives before this.
And actually, back in those days too, like if you had a pop hit, one of the outgrowths of it was that you'd get a variety show. I mean, it happened a few times. It happened with the Captain and Tennille, and the Starland Vocal Band actually had a variety show, and I don't know if that was the one that Steve Martin was on, but
wasn't David Letterman a part of that?
Yeah, or David Letterman or Steve Martin. Steve Martin was a part of a lot of early '70s variety shows, either as a writer or as a minor cast member. He was part of the Ray Stevens show at that time too, I think. Not to mention the Smothers Brothers, which was his first big thing from the late '60s.
And then, of course, there was the Glenn Campbell Goodtime Hour, which we've just blatantly stolen the name for this show directly from that show.
It's a great tribute to that show, and I watched the Glenn Campbell show every week back when it was on when I was a kid. I was a big fan.
You can still see episodes, I believe, on Tubi, I think.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I was a kid, Glenn Campbell just seemed like this country boy kind of character. And it was only later that I realized what a tremendous musician he was. He played with the Wrecking Crew, and he's on all these great Beach Boys albums and all these great songs. He was a phenomenal musician, and also maybe one of the best interpreters of Jimmy Webb songs. You know, he was really, really something.
Oh yeah,
we got a super chat here from Elvira. Who asked, what media do you most connect to your awakening?
I don't know.
I might need some clarification.
I don't understand that question. I don't think I've had an awakening yet.
Yeah, I don't think I intend to have mine on my deathbed. Oh. Well, if we could back up, we will address the awakening question once we understand it better.
Yeah.
No, that Glenn Campbell, that reunion album is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Oh, with the reunion of him and Jimmy Webb, or
yeah.
Oh yeah,
the one of all the Jimmy Webb songs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. Jimmy Webb, I was reading an interview with him where he's talking about Galveston and how he had written it as this anti-war song. And then the way Glenn Campbell did it, you know, he delivers it with such that it sounds like a pro-war song. And he's like, it's kind of backfired, but it was a big hit.
A big hit. That's what's important. Yeah, there's a book. I don't know the author's name, but I read it last year. It's an entire book about the song Wichita Lineman. And this guy who wrote the book considers Wichita Lineman the greatest pop song ever. I wouldn't go that far myself, but I think it's a great song. But that was a song that he wrote and he sent it over to Glenn Campbell, and it wasn't finished. There's actually no bridge in that song. He sent it over and he said, I'll call you tomorrow and I'll get it finished. And by the time he called him back, they had already recorded it. Like, they loved it, and so it's actually like an unfinished song that's a classic now.
That makes sense, yeah, when you listen to it, because it just sort of like, it cycles through and then it just kind of...
Yeah, instead of the bridge, there's like a guitar solo, and then they go back to the verse or the chorus or whatever you'd call it.
Yeah.
But he's a great songwriter.
Oh yeah, amazing. And yeah, Glenn Campbell, amazing musician, as you said, and great guitar. His guitar playing was so good.
I think he would have been a better choice for hosting the anti-marijuana film. He would have been convincing because he has that persona where you're like, maybe he's not. He actually, in this book, they talk about the first time he met Jimmy Webb. He called him a hippie and told him to get a haircut. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think Glenn Campbell would have been more convincing, but Glenn Campbell maybe didn't need to get the community service happening that Sonny Bono did.
That would come
Yeah.
later. In his maybe the Tanya Tucker years.
Yeah, he had some rough times there, yeah. With some substance abuse.
Wow. Glenn, I'm a huge Glenn Campbell fan, so it's it's a slippery slope.
Yes.
Maybe that, we talk about this every week, how this podcast would really help the ratings if we really specialized it, made it about murder or something.
Yeah.
What if we just made people talk about Glenn Campbell, regardless of their interest in Glenn Campbell?
I would listen to that every week for sure.
And anyone that wasn't already well versed in Glenn Campbell would have to go through the same indoctrination ever. Like, we would start them off like, okay, a lot of people think of him as like the rhinestone cowboy guy, and we play and show them how wrong they are. Anyway, I digress. We were talking before the show how last time you guys were on, and this became, I believe it was a huge trend in the news for weeks, if not months afterwards. The fact that Ernest Borgnine and Ethel Merman's short-lived marriage ended by a Dutch oven.
Well documented too. You could find articles about it. It's amazing.
I did look at, I had to go and see if I could find for myself. So I wasn't getting fake news. And I just found a lot of things that kind of confirmed what Chris, well, disappointingly so.
I can't remember, how did we stumble upon that subject?
I think we were talking about RVs, and Trace mentioned he had watched a video of Ernest Borgnine touring his
on
RV.
YouTube, right? Yeah.
But I don't remember how the Dutch oven thing came up.
I did not know that. That was I learned, and this is why podcasts are valuable, because you do learn things. But that I can't take responsibility for.
Elvira Canaveral said he brought it up.
Oh, he brought it up. All right, that
makes sense.
I believe that, actually. And he, all caps, he says, and he did not pay a super chat fee for me to say this out loud. But he writes, "You doubted me, Dave." But to be fair, I come from a place of doubting everything Elvira says at first, and then I gradually accept it as truth. I'm a skeptic. I'm an Elvira skeptic, and eventually I come around. And for months, whenever anyone would bring up anything even as tangentially connected as a sitcom about the military, I would say, oh, speaking of which, did you know Ernest Borgnine? And I'm not sure which military sitcom you might be referring to, but I can't help but think of Ernest Borgnine. McHale's Navy,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Dutch Oven episode written by Joseph Heller of McHale's was great.
Was that his only TV series? Was McHale's Navy?
You know what? Later in life, he was. I think he was like maybe on The Single Guy with Jonathan Silverman, like playing the doorman.
Or I think that's right.
Yeah, or so, and he always showed up on shows. He never stopped working for his whole
He's on
life.
The Simpsons. That's how I know who he is.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was a great actor.
Yeah.
Won the Academy Award for Marty, which is a great movie.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
You've never seen Marty? I'm going to recommend it to you right now. Classic from the 1950s. It was a television play written by Paddy Chayefsky, and they made it into a movie, and it won Best Picture, and he got Best Actor, and it like swept the Oscars that year. Very small, low budget, filmed in New York. Terrific movie.
What's the gist of it? Not that you need to sell me on it. I'm already sold.
The gist of it is he plays a butcher who lives in the Bronx. He's a lonely heart. He's in his 30s. He's never been married. Everyone is always bugging him. When are you going to get married? He goes out to a dance on a Saturday night, and he meets a girl, and he develops a relationship with her. That's the whole story. That's really what the whole movie is about. It's how they, these two lonely people, find each other. And if it sounds like a kind of a poignant, sentimental thing, it's exactly what it is. It's a very poignant film. Most people cry by the end of it. It's really, really good.
Now the pressure's on. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Yeah, it's
a Dutch oven of movies. You will cry at the end.
It's like a Dutch oven would make you tear up.
Yes.
So the tears will come from this as well.
I've got the Ernest Borgnine RV video queued up if you want to watch maybe like a minute of it.
I would enjoy seeing such a thing.
All right. Here we go.
This could be you, Frank, touring the country.
I love RVs.
E. And it's Tova and Ernest. You know the rest. And this is where we make up and everything else, wash. I keep everything in the sink because it's, as you make turns or go over bumps or whatever it is, they can fall off. So it's essential that you put them away and keep them clean and neat. And here, of course, is the bedroom. And I tell you, it's pretty good sleeping, too. Excellent. And I've got all kinds of banks of lights over there.
He's got the matching bedspread and curtains.
If I need any light on at night, I can have a light on, or I can see alongside. And we also have burglar alarms on here, so that in case any burglars come, we're notified by burglars, or notified by alarm. And then, of course, we have television sets fore and aft. Got one great big one up there and another one here. And in case you get tired of watching television, you can always put on a tape, and you got it made.
Line.
I like how he explains the most basic of things.
Lights. Yeah.
These are over here as lights. This is a bed. We sleep in this.
Oh, is that how it works?
But
that is a long video. He takes you from the outside, the inside. He shows you how he drives.
Forward to aft.
Yeah.
And was it a thing for him, like when he wasn't making a movie, to just go on a long RV trip with Tova?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just, that's how they traveled. That's glamping now, I guess they call this.
What's it? Glamping?
Glamping. Glamour camping.
Glamorous camping.
Yeah.
I love that because I've never had an RV. I've always been fascinated by them. And it's the kind of thing, because I love the outdoors and I love nature, but I'm not, the idea of roughing it does not appeal to me. So what I would love would be to be out in the middle of beautiful nature and beautiful woods, and then have an RV with cable and cooking and a comfortable bed and all that stuff.
That's
well, you would have loved Ernest Borgnine's RV because it had all that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Bad name. He christened it the Black Hole, which was both.
Oh, because he was in the Black Hole, right?
Yeah.
Airwolf, wasn't he in Airwolf?
Oh, that's right. I left that out. He was in Airwolf, a very successful series. Jan Michael Vincent was the star. He had no memory of being on that show, but that was like a successful show that Ernest Borgnine was like the
mechanic
sidekick on.
or something.
Yeah.
Engineer kind of guy, Scotty kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe from New York.
Oh yeah.
Abby.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Forgot about that.
He was working all the way. Yeah.
Was he ever on the Jeffersons? Did he make a cameo?
He might have. I don't remember, but
Chris, we need to run a check on that.
Certainly possible.
Run all the plates in Jersey and close the island.
I wouldn't.
Huh. What? Who is the guy? He's Ernest Borgnine adjacent. He was in Across 110th Street. He's in Rocky, I believe.
Oh, Burgess Meredith.
No, not Burgess Meredith.
Burt Young.
Just trying to check on this.
Yapet Kyoto.
As far as I can tell, Ernest Borgnine was never on the Jeffersons.
Oh, damn it. Burt Young, that's what I'm thinking of.
Burt Young. That's what I said.
Wouldn't you? He's Borgnine-esque.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's in the
I'd say
Borgnine
a little rougher around the edges than which is quite an accomplishment to be more rough around the edges than Ernest Borgnine. But
when you've ended arguably the highest profile marriage in America at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got to give it to him. That would have been though, wouldn't a marriage to Ethel Merman? That would be. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, that was a big. I think we talked about it last time. That was a big punchline of comedians back in the day. Was their marriage? It was a comedy premise that people talked about.
Well, we certainly a weeks long obsession. I would say. At the very least. Now, what's going?
Gives gaslighting a new meaning.
Are you guys gearing up? Do you think we're going to be free to go out in the world, maybe by fall or something? Will there be live Mads events? I'm not asking for an exclusive.
Well, if people want us for them and it's safe, it's a definite possibility. I think both Trace and I are very into like wanting it to be completely 100% safe. Before we go out and do it. So I don't, some people are already going out and doing shows now. But I would.
Theaters are opening up.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like the fall would be the earliest that something like that would happen.
Yeah. We got to see how it shakes out still.
Well, the reason I bring it up, wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to realize your RV dreams?
It would.
Yes.
It would. In fact, I've told Trace that one of my plans might be one day to just park either an RV or a tiny house. Which tiny house are some of them are considered RVs, which by zoning laws you would be allowed to park it on Trace's property. But that's like kind of a backup plan of mine. This one day I'm just gonna park a trailer on Trace's property.
That happened to my parents. A friend of theirs left their RV on my parents' property, and it's been there for like 7 years.
Oh, really?
And like they come over all the time, and they just never they just leave it there.
Wait, so where do they live?
They live, I think, in Newark. But they
have a home. They have a home they just brought.
They have a home
because they can leave it there without having to pay a parking fee, right? Is that
right?
The idea?
Yeah.
It's a little forward on their part.
I don't like these people one bit. Not at all.
It's kind of a thing. If you leave it for 7 years, I mean, to say leave it for a little while, fine. 7 years, that's not cool. I have to say.
I think Chris's parents own an RV now, is what I think.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, they do. They bought an RV, so now they have 2 RVs on their property at all times.
Oh, so this sounds like hell.
Yeah.
So your parents, their parking lot, their driveway is like a trailer park now.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Basically, riffraff, whatnot.
Just people getting into fights outside.
If Frank gets the RV, you can park it at Trace's house. You can cruise on over to Edina for a little while if you want. You can mix it up.
Exactly. That's when you're in Minnesota, you're like, let's cruise over to Edina and get crazy.
Just to break up the day a little bit. See what those fuckers over in Edina are up to. Now I'm just flashing out. We're gonna have to swearing at the people of Edina.
I look bad. They can take it. They were called the cake eaters when I was in school. We were the cookie pushers, and they were the cake eaters.
The cake eaters.
I don't know why we had to define class by baked goods, but that was our thing. But they were superior. They were better people than we were. We were hardworking blue collar folk.
Are you from Minneapolis proper?
I'm from Hopkins, which is near Edina.
But Hopkins is not
western suburb. No, it's not Minneapolis. It's a western suburb.
Mm-hmm.
And Hopkins is not a punchline either, the way Edina is.
No, well, it should be. Damn it.
But the thing is if you're a comedian, at least when I was in Minneapolis, if you want to go the opposite of Edina, make fun of a place that's just completely disreputable, you would use Fridley, and only because Fridley had a funny name is the only reason why that would be the one.
Fridley.
Yeah.
Every town has the funny surrounding like in Austin, it was Pflugerville. They kept making fun of Pflugerville because it sounds funny.
It does. Now, can you go like Minneapolis big? That's a nice hat. Where'd you get that over on Nicolette?
Yeah.
Does that track? Does that work?
Yes.
All right. I'm literally naming the only street I can think of off the top of my head.
Matt Arnold said Hopkins, home of the Raspberry Festival. Is that true?
Yes, it is. Home of the Raspberry Festival.
It was called that after I did a show there.
And Elvira said Hopkins was where the MST3K mail went.
That's true. That's very true.
Probably still goes there because we forgot to take the Chiron off a lot of things.
Was that just like a PO box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go there on our lunch breaks sometimes to the PO box and get the mail, and then get some food and bring it back to the studio and then read our mail, which was the only way a fan could communicate with you back in those dark times.
Mailed in letters.
Yeah. And
we'll get back there. We'll get back there eventually.
We could.
Gonna be the postman.
Do you guys still get like letters, fan letters, mail packages?
I got, when I was sick, our friend Carolina Hidalgo put out a box, a post office box for people to send me get well wishes, and I got a ton of
wow,
letters.
That's cool.
It was
oh,
awesome.
that's excellent.
Yeah, which I still have.
I like getting mail.
Yeah, me too. I have a friend that sends me mail every now and then, and she'll send me like a bunch of clippings from magazines and stuff that she thought were interesting, and it's such a throwback. I really like it.
Yeah. I'll have people write and ask for an address to send something, and sometimes they're like, do you have like a PO box? And I'm like, no, I'm going to give you my home address or wherever I am currently, because I figure like if anyone did something weird, the story I would get out of it, as long as I didn't get killed, would be worth it.
Yeah.
You know? If I get a new 10 minutes out of it, burns and things like that heal.
We have another super chat.
Super chat
from Joy Lynch. She says, in North Carolina, I'm assuming, NC has Fuquay Varina. I'm not sure what that means, though.
Has what?
Pflugerville. It's another.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Fuquay Varina.
Fuquay. Yeah.
Fuquay. Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe it's pronounced Fuquay Varina.
Varina. Could go any number of ways. Want to take another call?
Sure.
Call, you there?
Gentlemen, hello.
Who's this?
Hey. Hello.
It's Rob.
Where are you calling from, Rob?
Connecticut.
Lovely.
What's happening?
I mean, basically the antithesis of it all is the sky is a nice cerulean color sometimes, but I've got a conundrum because the didactic people out there think the epitome of everything. They're not really fulminating because of the hubris of it all. And, to juxtapose this.
All right, do you have a list of words in front of you?
The magnanimous audience, and they ignore the whole motif of everything. So I try to obfuscate this to the whole oligarchy, and the whole crowd of people don't see the irony when I try to interpolate it, while the masses are using this sort of incision. And I try to, use some sort of holistic approach, but ultimately everyone ends up a little bit facetious, and the exponential problems that we're going to face are just the epitome of the problems we face.
That's like the third
in the long run.
Oh, that was a lovely tribute to Norm Crosby. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I just farted. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you for that.
Transcripts of the show, we write to you.
They actually go to the same as the PO box. the Mystery Science PO box.
It's still probably still getting mail.
What I always wonder is when when you used to be able to like send $2 to this address, and you get membership card, and in my case, a letter from Guy Lafleur himself. No, like I recently got a Guy Lafleur, the Montreal Canadiens great, released a disco album, and I believe 1979. And my friend Greg was kind enough to get me a copy, and in it was you could send in money to join the Guy Lafleur fan club, and with that came 2 letters from Guy. And I thought, well, is this what happens now? Guy's still alive. I'm still alive.
Did you send in the renewal fee?
No, I didn't. I mean, there's,
Well, that's you.
I'm not, that's on me.
He's waiting.
But that's another thing we've lost with,
I used to send in for toys, like cereal box toys all the time.
Yep.
I have a Clark Kent action figure you had to send away for.
Oh, wow.
All deliveries take 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm still the biggest, I've sold the most subscriptions to Grit magazine in my town.
You going for the bike or the slot car?
The bike, the camper. You could actually a camper. You have to.
Was that for Ernest Borgnine fans who wanted to work their way up to an RV?
Yeah, it's 350,000 subscriptions. You get the RV.
Doesn't work now that Grit is digital.
You're up to date on Grit's whereabouts?
I figure they don't do a hard copy anymore. It's just digital, probably.
It's just a PDF you get.
Yeah.
It's a PDF sent from a Hotmail account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
AOL. We have just a few minutes left. Chris.
Yes.
We need to not that they, I mean, we want to give them the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour spike that comes with anything we promote on this show. That bit of promotion. What did you say, Des?
No longer a bump. It's a Dave Hill spike.
It's a spike, yeah. On the live Mads tomorrow night.
It's going to be. I mean, I've watched the show now, start to finish twice. I think it's the best shorts compilation we've done so far. It's the third one we've done. The Sonny Bono marijuana short is just
worth the price of admission.
It's perfect.
Such a time capsule.
And we had to cut it down a little bit because it got a little too serious.
Yeah, they had like kind of 12-step meetings,
with real people.
With real people, and I'm like, I can't riff on that. They're being sincere. They're trying to help themselves. I'm gonna look at these stupid assholes.
But then is Sonny Bono interacting with them as
he
narrates it.
He just narrates it, and he's a talking head in it, but and I used emphasis on the word head, and he doesn't interact with anyone, but he narrates and hosts it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was like doing like Nomadland, where what's the actress's name?
Frances McDormand.
Yes, where she's interacting with real people.
No,
it's not that scenario.
They set up in his living room. They taped him. They were out of there, and he did his time.
Yeah,
he paid his dues to society. And he's in this gold pajama thing, this jumpsuity gold lame pajama. Just because you're Sonny. I guess.
We have a super chat question for Trace and Frank from Jessica Kybel, who wants to know, is there any movie that you could not agree to watch together? You and Frank and Trace.
That we...
I guess a movie one of you guys wanted to riff, the other maybe?
Oh, that's it. I don't know if...
I think so.
I don't think we've ever had that case where I said we should riff this one and Trace is like, no. We're usually pretty much on the same page about these things, you know.
Yeah, we by this time in our lives we know which kind of movies work and don't, and
yeah,
pretty easy to tell right away. And also we're desperate for them, so if we find one that's even close, we're not gonna kill it, you know. Like, no, let's wait for a.
Yeah, we're not.
Anything.
Yes, exactly.
Public domain is our friend.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It's actually a pretty slim selection of public domain movies that work.
Yeah.
In this context, because some of them are just like either, you know, some of them are too good. Others are just like,
right.
You know,
It's a Wonderful Life was a public domain film for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was too good to riff.
I don't like sci-fi.
Wait, it was in how you can take something out of public domain?
Well, what happened was the only place you can see It's a Wonderful Life on TV now is on NBC. They show it every year. They butcher it. There's ads that run through it. There's logos at the bottom of the screen. No one should ever watch it under those circumstances. But the way NBC got the rights to it is they got the rights to the music.
Oh,
that's how they got exclusive rights to broadcast it.
Oh, those bastards. Loopholes.
Yeah, but for years I think they're because when It's a Wonderful Life came out, it kind of did okay, but nobody thought of it as a classic. And I think one of the reasons it became the classic that it is because it was on TV so often, like 20 years ago, because it was public domain and so many stations showed it. And you can see it all the time, but that's not the case anymore.
I'm calling bullshit on that movie.
Can we squeeze in one more call?
Let's take one more call.
Call, you there?
Hello?
Who's this?
Hey, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, I'm calling from Queens. I just wanted to thank you guys for the show. Like, me and my wife watch it every week, and we really look forward to it. Just want to say thank you to Dave, Des, and Chris for always putting it on. And to the guests, big fans, I just wanted to know if you were fans of Cabin Boy.
I love Cabin Boy.
And thank you for your time.
With Chris Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
That was a movie when it came out. It was critically trashed.
That was a punchline.
It was
for
a
flop.
Yeah.
And then I saw it like when it came on cable, and I loved it. It's because I loved Chris Elliott, and if you love Chris Elliott, you're gonna love Cabin Boy. It's exactly his sense of humor and his sensibility. And
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I haven't seen it. I'm in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you kidding?
Wow. I've the one guy that probably never saw it.
Oh, wait, well, this is the screening we have to do.
It's got an interesting backstory to how it got made. I think Tim Burton was originally going to direct it.
Tim Burton produced it,
and then he just kind of like walked away from it and left it to
Adam Resnick.
Adam Resnick, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
And thank you for your nice message, caller.
Yeah.
Now I'm confusing with it. Was it?
Got one more super chat here from Elvira.
Let's do a super.
What would you name a cult devoted to you?
Who's that from?
It's from Elvira.
Elvira. I figured it was Elvira, but I needed confirmation. A blanket answer would be for each person is just our name and then cult.
Makes sense.
Chris Cult. Trace cult. That's a little lazy though. Wouldn't look good on a t-shirt. Actually, it would.
But if you want your own cult, like in all likelihood, it's going to be your own name because that's how egotistical you are anyway in the first place.
You raised a good point.
I've got the Des Army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You actually already have your own cult, the Des Army.
Lock it up.
That's pretty strong. Well, we should ride off into the live stream, live cast, podcast sunset. And everyone, be sure to watch the Mads tomorrow night at 8. Go to Eventbrite for tickets. And thank you, Frank and Trace, for agreeing to join us more than once. No one ever accepts the second invitation.
Thanks for having us.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you guys in person sometime soon.
I hope so.
When it's safe. And thank you, Chris. Thank you, Des.
You got it, guys.
And thanks to everyone joining us live. We're here on YouTube every Monday at 8, and then the podcast, of course, released every Friday. Until next time, keep up the good work. Stay hydrated.